10th of March 2012. This is Chris Reardon with United Kingdom Talk. Been doing a few other little bits and pieces the last few days. That's why I haven't been around. Well, what's been happening? I'm lucky to be here, to be honest. We're being attacked from all angles. All angles. First of all, on Thursday, Wednesday night or Thursday, I think most of Thursday, possibly into Friday morning, the Earth was being attacked, boys and girls. Our planet was attacked by a solar flare being ejaculated. We were ejaculated at by the sun. Did you see that news? Ejaculated at. God, so straight in your face it was. Did you feel it? The solar flare that came from the sun, apparently a size X10 or something. I don't know. Don't ask me what it is, dear. Anyway, so quite frankly, come Friday morning, well, it's Friday, I'm recording this on Friday morning, right? Quite frankly, I'm frightened to go out the house. You know, I was frightened to go out of the house Thursday night, to be honest, and I went out and I thought, oh, I was holding on, actually, while I left the house on Thursday night for work, I was holding on to my hair and my eyebrow, because I was a little bit frightened that this solar flare was going to singe my eyebrows, boys and girls. I really thought that was going to happen. I thought something's going to happen there, and I went to work and I came back again and I'm looking, where is this solar flare? And I got home and no singed eyebrows. Funny, isn't it? And I thought, well, it'll probably come while I'm asleep. So I looked all the windows and pulled the curtains. You know, because if there was going to be this bright light coming towards us, I didn't want to be blinded by a bright light. So I got up in the morning, I've looked out into the garden, worried that all my plants and things in the garden, my garden chair where I love to sit in the summer, might have been burnt to pieces by the solar flare. Millions and millions of degrees centigrade. This was nothing. Not a thing. I thought, what about the cat? Because cat's not too clever. Tell you about that in a minute. Okay, what about the cat? Am I going to see the cat walk past, you know, burnt to a cinder, all black fur, because she's been burnt by the solar flare? Katie, and as she came in, nothing. She had every single whisker, not burnt at all. Isn't that strange? So what's happening with the solar flare? Has it come and gone? I don't understand. Was all very worried. So quite frankly, I think I'm lucky to be here. That's number one, lucky to be here, right? Number two, lucky to be here. So last night, Thursday night, just before I left, was going to leave for work, I thought, I wonder what I've got in my cupboard for a little bite to eat before I leave for work. And I found 3 lovely bread rolls, right? So I got my extremely sharp bread knife, and it really is not the way to cut the rolls. But I've always cut rolls by holding it in your hand, okay, getting the knife and going carefully towards my hand. I have, ever since I can remember, thought that one day you're going to go too far. Well, last night was that day. And I went, ah! And look, I'm damaged. I am damaged. A nasty cut on my hand. Yes, I nearly lost my entire hand. Can you see that? There is a big cut on my hand. Anyway, I immediately washed it under the tap, put some Germaline stuff on it and a nice big blue plaster. Of course, it's in a position, the cut is in a position on your hand where the plaster just keeps coming away at the sides. And also the cut, because it's on your hand, every time you stretch your hand now, it's all kind of healing over now. It's only a day, but it's still very red. No one cares, though. So I sat down in the living room, I thought, my poor hand. No one rang, you know? No one sent an email. No one sent a Skype message. Nothing. No one cares. No one cares. I could have been laying dead. I could be laying dead there now. No one cares. No one rang up to check if I was all right or not. Evil, evil people. I just feel used sometimes. You watch this show or you listen to this show and I'm used and nothing comes back in return. No one cares. You're right. Sorry I wasn't with you for a few days. Oh, I've missed you. The cat, yes. The cat's personality continues to be a bit odd at the moment, to be quite honest. And she's eating more. In fact, I would say she's eating twice the amount she was eating a few months ago. And yet, I can feel her ribs. So, taking her to the vet this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Can't put that off any longer. I don't like taking her to the vet. She doesn't like it. I don't like taking her, but I think it needs to be done to see if there's anything wrong with her. Because it's strange how she's eating all that and yet continues to lose weight. And she does strange things like, I'll walk into the kitchen, she'll meow, come towards me, and then suddenly, very quickly, turn around and fly out the cat flap. She doesn't walk out the cat flap, she flies. It goes bang as she flies out the cat flap, and then watches me from the other side of the cat flap. We love them. We love cats, don't we? So I don't know if there's something wrong with her, but good to check it out, really, don't you think? Yes. So I'll let you know what she's up. Bad news for Coca Cola and Pepsi lovers. Coca Cola and Pepsi, this is according to the BBC website, are changing the recipes for their drinks. This is not good. To avoid putting a cancer warning label on the bottom. Cancer? From Coca-Cola? The new recipe for caramel colouring in the drinks has a chemical which California has added to its list of carcinogens. Only a very, very tiny small amount, but nevertheless, it's on this list. So they're going to change the recipe slightly. The only thing is, now I remember, and I'm sure you do, I don't drink an awful lot of Coca-Cola. I suppose no more than 5 cans a year. Seriously, I don't drink fizzy. I think they're just full of acid and sugar. And as most of you don't know, I don't drink alcohol at all, ever. Just don't drink. I'm totally teetotal. A bit boring, really, aren't I? I never really... I was a bit of a drinker when I was about 19 years old. About 21, 22, 23 sort of time. I did drink then. And then I just stopped, and then that was that. I never drank again. But I just think it sort of kills your teeth. I mean, this stuff kills you. And that Red Bull, Red Bull, full of sugar, and you drink a few of those, and your teeth are hurting. They're hurting, where it feels like all the enamel's been stripped off. So I don't drink any of that. But I do remember Coca-Cola did change their recipe once before, did they not? With disastrous consequences, you know. People just did not like it. So then they brought out Coca-Cola Classic, didn't they? Which was the same as the original. And it all went a bit little wrong, really. But they're going to change their recipe again. Will it change the taste? That's the worrying thing, isn't it? I do hope not, for those of you Coca-Cola lovers. What do you think of this? In the Mail Online, Daily Mail Online, there is a rise of professional shoppers, penny-saving consumers that are making supermarket nervous. Yes, I think I'm one of those. I do think I do like a bargain. We look in that little basket, don't we? And we see little stickers put over the barcode telling us that instead of being £25,000, the item has been reduced to 24 pence. Wonderful, dear. Put them in your basket. Doesn't matter if you don't want them. They're a bargain. You must buy them immediately. It's the story says supermarkets are keeping a watchful eye on a small but influential breed of shopper who is keeping them on their toes. The professional shopper, okay, is that my mum would have been a professional shopper. Absolutely. She used to sit there cutting the coupons out of magazines and everything. Yes, 10p off, 5p off, 2p off. She'd get to the till, and everyone else behind her in the queue would be pissed off because she'd be getting all these coupons out of her purse. Yes! Good, and that's what you should do. What do you think the coupons are there for? To be just looked at, cut them out and use them, boys and girls. You must. Professional shopper is the name given to the supermarket consumer who approaches the weekly shop with military precision in a bid to save money, and they take no prisoners when it comes to sniffing out a bargain. They're in there. You can see them in Tesco's sniffing for those bargains. Like that, can't you? Yes. They are the type of customer who will take to social networking sites to shout about their penny-saving experiences. And they are making retailers nervous. Good, good. I absolutely hope so at all. Someone told The Times they are customers who are spending to a specific budget. They're spending more time cooking at home, so cooking from scratch, which is, of course, always better. You know. I mean, it's always better to cook your stuff from scratch. You know, you buy a ready meal, there's the salt and the sugar and the fat in it. If you buy, okay, if you're not, you know, I'm vegetarian, but it doesn't matter. If you buy a piece of steak and you put it under the grill, that is a piece of steak. Nothing else. Piece of steak. If you buy a steak meal in a packet, it'll be a steak meal with gravy, probably salt and sugar in it and all that business, isn't it? You see what I mean? You know exactly what you've got in there if you are cooking. I'm a great believer in cooking from scratch. I don't do it enough. I don't do it enough, but when I do, it always tastes better as well. Whether it does actually taste better or not, I don't know. But it's like, you know, the thing of actually making something yourself and eating it. A bit like growing your own food. You know, I'm trying to grow my own bits and pieces in the garden this year. I've got a bit of a plot where the shed, I took down a shed last year in the garden. So I've got a bit of a plot there. I'm trying to grow onions, Brussels sprouts, peas. I've got some tomatoes in pots as well. What else is there? Broccoli. I'm sure something else. I can't remember what it is now. Oh, let me think of the edge. Onions, peas, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. Oh, that's it. And the tomatoes. Yeah, that's it for now. So I'm trying to grow those items, and I want to get some carrots as well. The only thing is, with the ground, it's not exactly crumbly earth, that ground. So I think with the carrots, what I might have to do is get a raised get a raised bed there. What you do is, like, basically you put 4 bits of wood round, okay, round an area, and you fill that with crumbly earth. So do you see what I mean? So that would be the area where the carrots go. I must do carrots as well, because I do eat carrots. Not too many. Apparently, if you eat lots of carrots, you turn orange. Is that right? Does anyone try that experiment for me? Go and have a load of carrots and see what happens. Anyway, back to this story. These people keep shouting about the bargains they see out there, going onto social media sites, checking for them and communicating. So we've got to find this. We've got to find this. Where is this social media site that lists all the bargains? Here's someone, a young lady called Sarah, married mother from Southampton, which is in the south of the UK. She says, I know how to cook, so if I'm making a beef casserole, I know that whether I buy a piece of meat for £20 from the butcher or £5 from the supermarket, it won't make a blind bit of difference. This woman says simply by looking for bargains, she can save off £30 from the cost of her weekly family shop, which is usually 90 quid. She buys frozen vegetables, opts for cheaper cuts of meat, uses price comparison websites, goes to local Asian supermarkets to stock up on spices and condiments, as well as sourcing her cleaning products online. I mean, I think it's fantastic, but we absolutely need to find where these people are writing about their supermarket experiences. I will have a look and try and report back to you, okay? I will report. We'll be the reporters. Another item of news here. The Only Way is Essex. I'm very pleased to say that TV series has now come to the end. Apparently, one of my friends who's in television saying the ratings have dropped quite considerably. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I have had a look around on the internet, and I can't find anything about it. That's what my friend says, whether or not it's true or not. But one of the they're not stars, okay? Now, listen to me. The people on The Only Way is Essex, they are not stars. It's very, very important to distinguish between a star and a celebrity. Okay? A star is someone who's been around for ages, has got millions and millions of foreigners, not foreigners, followers, millions and millions of followers, like, for example, Barry Manilow, Bon Jovi, who's that old guy who used to do the chat show? Jay Leno is a star, isn't he a star? Absolutely. Elton John, Barbara Streisand, you get me? These people are stars. Bruce Forsyth, a star. Jimmy Tarbuck, star, yeah, we haven't seen him for a while. Stars like Engelbert Humperdinck, Tom Jones, stars, okay? People in the only way is Essex, celebrities, okay? Celebrities are down here, stars are way up there. The stars are so high, you cannot reach them. Celebrities tend to hang around nightclubs and places like that, hoping to be noticed. That is the difference. That really is the difference. And the people in the only way aesthetics are celebrities. They will be here one day and gone the next. At the moment, they're here. They're here. And one of the people in there, Lauren Goodger. Lauren Goodger apparently was going to do the London Marathon. I know you're laughing. Those of you that know who I'm talking about are now probably laughing your heads off, aren't you? She was actually going to do the London Marathon. Christ knows, as she's going to run around the place carrying all that extra, because she's putting a bit of weight, isn't she? Have you noticed? She has put on a bit of weight. She's one of those that she's on there with about 2.5 miles worth of makeup on her face, and she wears all these tight clothes which really don't, you know, when you're a little bit overweight, I don't wear tight clothes, okay? There's a bit around the waist which refuses to budge for whatever reason. Anyway, it says again in the Daily Mail on Friday, it appears the only way is Essex star Lauren Goodger doesn't quite feel the challenge is worth the effort. The 25-year-old, 25, I mean, she does look a bit older than that. 25-year-old has revealed she has given up her dream of running the London Marathon in April. I mean, I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, how much training have you done for that? Because I don't think she's done an awful lot, to be honest. You know, you've got to train for these things. You've got to train for months for these things. I know a guy who runs a nightclub, a quite famous nightclub in London, right? And he done the London Marathon last year and is doing it this year as well. Every day he gets up and runs a distance. And I think each week he makes it a little bit longer. You can't just go out. What's a marathon? Is it 21 miles? Something like that. I don't know how long is a marathon? Let me have a look. How long is London Marathon? Quite frankly, I don't think it's as long as one of my shows, to be honest. How long is the London Marathon? Here we go. Oh, it's in bloody kilometres. I mean, what are they? I don't know what kilometres. I can't do kilometres, dear. What's it say? How long is a London Marathon? No, that's not the answer we want. Why is there... Oh, here we are. Here we are, 26 miles, but just over 26 miles. 26 miles. You can't just go out and run 26 miles. You can't, I don't think you'd be able to go out and walk 26 miles. You might cycle it. You've got to build up to this. You know, so if you've never ever run before, very dangerous to go out and start running. Very, if you are unfit, if you have been one of those people who's done no exercise at all for a number of years, you must not go out and start running. Extremely dangerous. You have to ease yourself into it. So I suppose really you would go and see a doctor and say, hello, I'm a lazy bastard. I want to go and start doing some exercising. And he or she will tell you what to do. Okay? But I would assume, you know, if you have been a couch potato for a number of years, then you would start by perhaps some easy walking. I say easy, probably wouldn't be easy, you know. And you might be all right for a couple of minutes and you go, cool, this is a long walk. You know, you'd start off with walking and perhaps speed it up. And similarly with the running, you would start off maybe, when I used to do the jogging, I had to give up the jogging because my knees started playing up. And since I gave up the jogging, incidentally, had no problem whatsoever with my knees since I stopped it. So it's been a couple of years now. But I remember the first time I had this wonderful idea. I thought, oh, go jogging, you know, I'll enjoy that. And I ran for... once round the block, I think it was. There's 4 houses in a row, and I was a fit person because I do all the swimming, I do lots of cycling, but I didn't do jogging. Right? I run once round the block. Like that I was. And then the next day I did the same. And as time went, it got a little bit easier. So I went a little bit further. And in the end, I was running 4 miles, almost 4 miles a day. Every single day, near enough. And the funny thing is, if you don't do it, you feel really bad about that. Those of you that, I'm sure there's 1 or 2 of you go to gyms and places like that, when you don't do the exercise that you're used to, you feel really bad about it, don't you? But I carried on. But my knees started playing up. It was the most awful pain. You'd be running and suddenly your knee would go, sort of kind of on the edge of the knee. Sort of if that's in front of your knee, not the edge, around the side of your knee, where there's kind of a little bit that goes inwards. And it was great pain there, and it would last for hours, and I really couldn't do anything. So I went to the doctor, and immediately he said, "Do you do jogging?" And I said yes. He said, "Right, you'll have to stop." He said, "That's what's doing it." So not good, really. Anyway, so this girl is not going to do it, and she says, Lauren says, reportedly said, according to the Mail, "I just couldn't be bothered with it." Well, why come out and say you're going to bloody do it then, eh? Anyway, the star has made a New Year's resolution to get fit and complete the marathon for a charity. Well, she hasn't done either. She doesn't look fit. She's not going to do the marathon. She says, I ran cross country when I was 13, so I just need to get that fitness back. 13, love, you're 20. Well, according to what you're telling us, you're 25. Which I think is a little bit dubious, really. She tells us she's 25. She last run when she was 13. A bit of a gap there, love. Hello? You can't just get back the fitness like that. Okay, if, like me, you go swimming and cycling all the time and you don't do it for 2 weeks, then you do get that back quite quickly. But, I mean, you know, 12 years, love? I don't think so. It'd be like starting again, like you'd never done it before. That's where it is. A friend has revealed she hates working out. Well, we can see that, dear. We can see that. She hates working out, and she just didn't put any effort into getting her face ready. Well, what's that got to do with it, getting your face ready? She couldn't even get through a 2-mile jog at boot camp without sobbing as it was too... Oh, she cries. And she says, "Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it." We're not interested. We're not interested. There are a couple of pictures of her here. in the Daily Mail, and she does look a little. Well, she doesn't look. She's not look pig ugly or anything like that. But she has put on a bit of weight. She has put on a bit of weight. But that's not too bad, is it? Does that matter really? Not as much as that other one in there. That bloke in it, Arge, absolutely piled it on. I mean, you know, it's just bad for you, isn't it? It's bad for you for having all that weight. I'm worried about mine. I've still got a bit around the... I've actually just weighed myself, to be honest, before I came up today, and it's gone up to 12 stone 8 again, you know, so I'm about 4, and I know that because my jeans have got tight, and I know where it's happening as well, crisps and cakes. I keep buying little cakes. Whenever I'm in the supermarket, I think, well, I won't go and buy cakes specifically, but I'll just put 1 box in there, you know. So I know how it's happening, but I'll lose it again. I'll get down to 12 stone 4 again at some point. Anyway... That's it. My email address, if you ever want to comment, is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Right, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. .co.uk. Some emails coming through then. Gary Lawson, DJ Spark, who is DJing tonight at the place I've been doing on Saturday nights, but I can't do tonight, so he's doing it, and has recently become a viewer to this programme. Good evening, DJ Spark. Evening all. Evening, DJ Spark, who writes, Hi, Chris. Just watch your Wednesday show on Apple TV. What is that? Apple TV? Is that a little box? What else can you watch on? Who's got Apple TV? Actually, I think my best friend Ron's got that. I'll have to ask him. What would be the if I got Apple TV, right? Would that be an advantage to me? What else could I watch on that? Now, bearing in mind, I do not pay for subscriptions. I refuse to pay any sort of subscription television. Okay, I'm only interested in what comes free into my TV aerial, or my satellite dish, or down my wires. Oh, by the way, I've got a Panasonic flat screen downstairs I've had for a few years now, and they've recently upgraded that, and I can now get BBC iPlayer on it. Isn't that wonderful? Yes, I don't have to sit in front of a computer anymore on BBC iPlayer things. I just watch it on my plasma. Is it a plasma? Yes, it's a plasma. It's an old type, I'm afraid, plasma. Why? Well, because it was cheaper. You know me, dear. Always looking to sniff out a bargain. Sniff out those bargains. Anyway, so would there be an advantage to me getting Apple TV? What could I see on that? Please tell me, DJ Spark. Gary, that's it, Gary Lawson. He says, your shows, why are they so annoyingly addictive? I kept trying to turn it off, but failed miserably. Makes me laugh when you were talking about the perv and you coming out over young flesh on TV. Yeah, we do like to watch young lads, 25 to 30, on the TV, partially naked, topless. You know the sort of thing, don't you? Footballers. I quite like footballers and that sort of thing. Not footballers who keep appearing in magazines in fashion things, modelling pants and makeup and spray things, and I'm not into those sort of footballers. They're puffs. I'm sorry, they're puffs. Okay, we're not into. We want the real men that have come off the football field, come straight round to my house, thrown their clothes at me, wash those, bitch. I'm happy with those. I'm happy to be called that. Gary. And he put this on my wall, actually, this message. So I said, this programme is like a drug. Boys and girls, it's like a drug. You become addicted to it. So I did say to Gary, perhaps he would like to become a dealer, boys and girls, for this programme. You know, the sort of thing. You might be out somewhere, you know, doing your shopping in Sainsbury's or Tesco's, and this bloke would come up to you and say, excuse me, is there anything you want? And they say, what do you mean? How about one of Chris Reardon's shows? I could sort you out one of Chris Reardon's shows. Carefully looks behind him quickly so that no one's watching. Do you know what I mean? And they'll probably say, oh, have you got any? How many can I have? Well, how many do you want? They say, but I don't know, I'm not quite sure how many old shows. There must be about 400 or 500 shows there now, in the archive. And you say, can you get me 2? Ooh, I'll have to see what I can do about that. He said, and he'd say, meet me. We can't have any cash involved, by the way. He'd say, meet me at the self-serve checkout, and he'd probably charge, I don't know, 200 or 300 nectar points for one of my shows. So that's what we need. That's what we need now, boys and girls. As this show is very addictive and is like a drug to some people, we need dealers for this show. People going into supermarkets and offering this show to people just simply for their nectar points. I don't want to see any cash changing hands. It's wrong to take cash to watch this show. As you probably know. So thank you for that. Nice to hear from you, Gary. Hello to my good friend Paul Edwards, who does his own very excellent show. Paul Edwards Show. I think, just a minute, let me just check that for you. I'd like to give you the correct information. Oh, Damn, no, it's not. Oh, hang on, I put two S's in there. 1 minute. I always get it. That's something. Is that the right one? No, now I've put a semicolon instead of a colon. Oh, you can't win, can you? Oh, is that it? No, it's not. Oh, here we are. Or is it? 1 minute. Edwards. Why can't I find that? Live.co.uk, is that it? No, that's... Ooh. No. That's not it. Not having much luck here, are we, dear? Here it is, I think. That's it, my mate Paul Edwards. Okay, pauledwards.webs.com. Okay, pauledwards.webs.com. Does a very, very excellent show. Quite late, a little bit more laid back than me. And he has gardeners on and all sorts of topics that he talks about. Okay, have a little look at that. And, excuse me, oh dear. Talking about my digital recorder I've been having problems with, that I'm waiting to hear from the company. They said they're going to write to me next week. It'll take ages to reply because apparently they're moving factories. Yes. I've been enjoying your shows and normally listen while I'm out walking in the evenings. In a recent show, you were saying that your digital recorder was not working properly and that it would cost you a lot to get repaired. However, you mentioned you'd considered getting a new one and that the Zoom seemed to be a good unit for its price, and he tells me I purchased one about 5 months ago. It's very reliable with good quality results. Does what it says on the box at a reasonable price. Keep the shows coming, and yes, in case you had not noticed, I'm still producing my... He says rubbish. They're not rubbish at all, Paul. They really aren't. Your shows are very good. I have to thank you for encouraging me to do a show in the first place. 2 years ago, was it? Christ, 2 years ago, and that's from Paul. I tell you what, Paul... Because Paul became, did I say Paul? Hang on, I'm getting all my papers mixed up here. Just a minute, dear. Oh, God's sake, paper everywhere, I can't cope, dear. Paper everywhere. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Paul. Yeah, Paul became involved in a talk radio station that I was running at the time called United Kingdom Radio. And all these shows were live, and I used to go out. But it became, from my point of view, it became an absolute nightmare trying to run this thing. Things were always going wrong. It did cost a bit of money, but not an awful lot of money. You know, it didn't cost an awful lot of money. But you really want something to at least make the cost of it, don't you? You know, but it didn't. But that wasn't the real reason. And I stopped doing it because it just became such a bloody headache. It really did. Always things going wrong with the live shows, or people getting cut off, or people not being able to do this, and things like that. So I gave up. I'll tell you what, Paul. As a matter of interest, and I certainly am. I'm much happier now, sitting here recording shows instead of doing them all live. I would like to do another live show at some point, but I don't have the time to do that at the moment, so so that won't happen. But isn't it much better, Paul, doing the show as you are now rather than as it was then? Although it was good for us all to do it live, I suppose. Don't you? Are you much happier now that you're kind of doing and you're not involved in a group of people? I think actually being involved in a group of people doing that as well is itself a bit of a problem, because you get all sorts of personalities clashing. You know, he's got his ideas, she's got her ideas, he's got his ideas, and do you know what I mean? And it was all kind of clashing a bit, to be quite frank. And it was just too much. Now we've all sort of gone our separate ways, and he's doing his thing, and I'm doing my thing, and he's doing his, and she's doing hers, and he's doing his. And I think it works a lot better, don't you? You've only got yourself to worry about. No one else. Haven't got to worry about anyone else fitting in with anyone else do or anything like that. And I really think it's much better what we do now. What about you, Paul? Are you much happier now? I think so. You are, aren't you? All right. Thank you, Paul. Hello to John, who writes on the subject of games you played when you were children. John wrote, I miss Knockdown Ginger and 40-40. Well, I used to do Knockdown Ginger. That's where you go up to someone's house, knock on the door and run away. I used to do that. There used to be blocks of flats where I lived, and the lift, well, we used to be two of us actually, and you'd go up in the lift to sort of the 11th floor or something like that. You'd get out of the lift, and your friend would be ready in the in the lift, and you'd knock. There'd be 4 flats on this floor, right? And you'd knock on all 4 doors, and then run quickly in the lift and push the button to go downstairs. Hours of fun, and so much better than sitting in front of Call of Duty or Pac-Man. I mean, it was, and lots of exercise running up and down in those lifts. Let me tell you that. But what is this game? I don't know, John. What is this game 40-40? I don't know what that is. Please tell me. We don't know what 40-40 is. Thank you, John. Nice to hear from you. And American Cutie Pie is loving my new clock. You know that bird song clock that I got out on the show the other week? Did you see it? Oh, don't tell me you missed it, did you? I'll tell you where it is. Hang on. I'm not going to go down and get it off the wall now. If you want to watch the show, here we are. UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Oh, I can't find that now. I can't find anything today on here. I think my fingers are becoming fatter by the day. I'm sure they are. Okay, if you want to see my new bird clock, it is on the show. Dated. Oh, I don't know if I can even find it now. Oh, is that the one there? No, I don't know. Oh, no, I can't find it. No, can't find it. Oh, God, it can't be that old, can it? Hang on, I think I'm going back too far here. Was it last week? Was it last week I told you about this? Eurovision News? No, that's not the one. No. Oh, yes, that's it. Thursday, the 1st of March, 2012. If you go to, and then you'll find all the old shows here, okay? Go to UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Look for the show dated Thursday, the 1st of March, 2012, and you'll find my new gadget somewhere in that show. American Cutie Pie says, cute bird song clock. Love the cuckoo. Yes, this clock, right, on the hour, it's got pictures of birds around it and the different bird songs at each hour. Oh, it's wonderful. Tweet, tweet. It goes, or cuckoo, cuckoo. Just another little gadget that I like. By the way, boys and girls, you can find this show on iTunes, okay? The audio version and the video version as well. Choose what one you want and hit the subscribe button and it will come to you automatically every time there is a new show. Okay, that's it from the show today. I've still got a few emails here to get through from American Cutie Pie, Craig Adams, and the lovely Jennifer, who I haven't heard from ages and ages and ages. Jennifer, where have you been, my darling? Anyway, she's written a lovely long email that hopefully will come up in the next show. Is there any more we're waiting? Oh, James has written a couple of emails as well here. Oh, hang on, I'm getting very confused here, aren't I? There's one. Oh, how can it be 6 from James? I must have read some of these. I'm sure I've read some of these already. All right, so come out. Oh, and is that it? Yes, that's it, I think. Those are the emails. Now, if you've sent an email in and I haven't read it yet or just mentioned it now, can you send it again? Because it's quite possible while I was ill with the flu, I did get a little bit mixed. I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest. So if you could send it again, and I'll be happy to read those out for you. All right. My email address is chris@UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Saturday night, I'm doing someone's 21st birthday party tonight, which is a little bit nervous. I always get nervous when I'm doing something new, but I've always said this, it's always good to come out of your comfort zone. Oh, and in Easter Sunday, I shall be working in Manchester. I've got a little charity do in Manchester, and I've never been to Manchester to see my good friend James Dean and do a little bit of DJing and hosting up there. So very much looking forward to that. Anyway, time to go. chris@UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. My email address. Bit of a long show today. Hope it wasn't too long. Hope you didn't fall asleep while it was on. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.